Maris good. How you livin'? Yeah, well, we're detectives out of South Hollow. Need a quick word? You called me? Nah, champ. You called us. And that's when DeMarcus's crackhead criggily tripped over his own lies. Caught slipping. Same glazed over look like he just rolled off a crack nap and forgot where Earth was. Hand behind your back, sir. And not even outside, this clown got cuffed in the restroom. Quick salute to Whoa Christian and the Lady Luck Club. They had the panel rocking when, boom, I see DeMarcus getting hauled off. At first, I thought for sure it tied back to that Thornton Township scuffle. But nope. Totally unrelated, according to solid sources. And I believe them. Now, I'd heard he got snatched over the phone not too long ago. Figured maybe it was connected. But no, this was brand new. And here's where things turn shady. Cop starts with, I'm placing you under arrest for, and then dead air. Silence, like they didn't want it recorded. And what does DeMarcus do? No yelling. It's no fight. No, what did I do? Nothing. Just nods like he'd rehearsed this play before. Calm as Sunday morning. Shuffles out like he already knew the script. That's why we're digging for body cam footage. Because this wasn't your average takedown? So, boom. They cuff him, march him out the bathroom, and DeMarcus hits them with, let me put out my cigarette. My wife's in the back like, that's supposed to change something? Then he pleads, don't tighten the cuffs too much. Sir, this ain't brunch. You're headed to booking. Out of nowhere, he says he works on cars now. Oh, really? Since when? That Ghost Township gig? Tiffany's sugar train? That ride's over. They marched him down the block like it was some parade. Shout out to Street Media Network. They caught the whole thing on camera. Link in the description. Every second recorded, even though the audio cut out near the squad car. Probably on purpose. Either they didn't want us to hear, or DeMarcus kept his mouth shut. But one thing stood out. The cops showed him something on a phone. Now everybody's asking, what was that? At first, I figured maybe it was screenshots from the brawl. Like, is this you handing the phone? Is this you throwing hands? But nah, it felt deeper. Something bigger. Something they're not telling us. All we know for sure is DeMarcus was booked on March 27th. Probably bailed out by now. But this was just another crack in Henyard's crumbling crew. Trust me, everyone's waiting for the main event. The big one. The day Tiffany herself finally gets cuffed. Let's be real, DeMarcus. He's a pawn. A throwaway sidekick in Tiffany Henyard's messy saga, but her clock is ticking. One by one, her circle is collapsing. And when her turn comes, it'll be Dolton's most satisfying season finale. Popcorn mandatory. Bookmark this episode. You could tell this wasn't DeMarcus's first time dancing with police, though. The way he calmly said, I work on cars now, like that cleared his name. Please, let's hope so. Because lying to cops is a crime too. Next thing you know, they're walking down the street like it's a field trip. Crackhead Crigley didn't resist once. That's how you know it wasn't his first rodeo. But the comedy? He would not drop that Newport. Clung to that cigarette like it was oxygen. Cop barked, drop it. DeMarcus still snuck in 2 more pulls before letting it go. Pure muscle memory. No panic, no pushback. Just a sad man running his tired routine. Then it gets strange. No regular squad car. Nope. They tossed him in a Land Rover. Apparently, South Hollow PD rides in style now. But here's the weird part. The cop hops in front, then slides right into the back seat with DeMarcus. Anyone who's ever been cuffed knows that ain't normal. That looked like a low-key interrogation on wheels. We couldn't hear the convo, but the silence was loud. Something was happening in that SUV. And mark my words, this isn't the last shady scene we'll witness. My gut? Liet's next. His name keeps popping. St. Patrick's Day money. That youth program scandal. He's knee-deep. If I had to bet not even $100, maybe $20, my money's on him being the next one hauled off. Now let's pivot real quick. Because while crackhead Crigley was taking his bathroom 2 booking walk of shame, the internet's been split wide open over another mess. The Karmelo Anthony and Austin Medolf case. and let me be crystal. Folks are yelling self-defense.me. I'm calling it what it is. Murder. Let's line up the facts. First, cops told the media Austin skipped school to sneak into the track meet. But new reports? Nope, he was allowed to be there. That first claim was flat out wrong. See how simple that is? You make a mistake, you fix it, fine. But you know what can't be fixed? That blade. There's no reason to bring a knife to a track meet. None. Zero. People. Hollering self-defense would lose their minds if it was their kid who got stabbed. Miss me with the sympathy. That calm, he was just protecting himself. Energy doesn't hold when it's personal. And here's the kicker. All those early headlines he skipped school came straight from law enforcement. Turns out false. Sure, correction made. But the real issue, he still walked in strapped. That's where the whole self-defense story collapses. Because if it was your child in that hospital bed, you wouldn't be saying self-defense. You'd be crying for justice. Now folks are tossing around the bullying excuse. But wait, wasn't he the football team captain? Somebody explain that. How does the captain, the leader, suddenly become the bullied victim? Stop. That smells like lawyer spin. His attorney's doing his job? Sure, but the story's weak. Doesn't add up. Let's talk cash. Bonds set at $1 million. That's $100,000 to walk. Easy math. And supporters raised over $400,000 online. So why was he still locked up? They blamed processing delays. Maybe, but it's fishy. Especially since one donation site shut down, refunded everything, and forced a reset. Now, you've got 20 different fundraisers floating around, all claiming they're official, half of them scams. So if you're donating, be smart. Don't get finessed by randoms milking tragedy for clicks and coins. Triple check before you drop a dime. Anyway, back to the case. My stance hasn't changed. He's guilty. Dude showed up looking for drama. Things got heated, and he took it too far. Let's be real. You don't stab someone lightly and it turns fatal. That takes force. That takes intent. That's rage. That's personal. Which is why I'm not buying this innocent kid act for 1 second. Now they're trying to spin it into some underdog sob story. Like, oh, the bullied football captain just happened to carry a knife in case something happened. Please, if you were just defending yourself, why bring a weapon to a school event? Walk away. Go back to your sideline. Instead, he stormed into the other team's tent strapped up. That's not defense. That's escalation. And here's the street talk. This ain't his first blade incident. Word is he'd already been suspended for bringing a knife to school before. Prosecutors know that. That's not fear. That's a pattern. That's behavior. That's a kid who already crossed the line. Now, sure, some will argue Karmelo shouldn't have touched him. Maybe. But Karmelo didn't bring a knife. Austin did. 2 wrongs don't cancel out. One ended up dead. That's reality. This isn't about race. This isn't about spin. This is right versus wrong, period. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. Because trust me, this saga's far from over. Crackhead Krigley. He's next. Right behind him, a cigarette break. After that, the St. Patrick's Day money scandal, the fake car wash program. The whole squad is circling the drain. One by one, those cuffs are closing in. And when Tiffany Henyard herself finally takes that walk, best believe it's going to be Dolton's most watched season finale yet. Popcorn ready. Cameras rolling, and we'll be right here, breaking it all down. Cameras rolling, and we'll be right here, breaking it all down.